Okay guys, what is up? Somali here, and today I'm bringing you a new installment of the Black and White 2 team building guide. This time we will be covering heavy offensive underused playstyle, simply because that was the most thumbed up comment in the previous video. So if you guys want to see your playstyle shown in probably the next video, the one after, leave in the comments what kind of playstyle you'd like me to see build next time. So without further ado, this time I will not be talking too much. I'll get straight into the team building. But before that, I would just like to point out a few things. First thing, Gothlight has been released. Shadow Tag Gothlight, that is. So we definitely should be seeing some interesting stuff, because now that it can trap Pokemon, and I believe it does have decent stats. It actually does have decent stats. Good special attack. So we will be seeing some interesting stuff. And not to mention, it's Soul Psychic type. Now, I know Psychic type probably isn't all that good, especially in UU, but we do see, we see the trick right here on Gothlight, and it does have some nice utility moves. It does have Taunt, and it does have Calm Mind. I believe it also has Nasty Plot. Nope. But it does have some setup moves and taunts as well as tricks. So we really could be seeing it in a variety of roles. I probably see the trick set being used a lot, probably come in maybe with a flame orb, toxic orb, or just with a choice item, trick it on a wall and switch back out. I mean, something like that. I'm not too sure, but we should be seeing some things. Also, if you haven't played underused before, you must know that it's predominantly heavy offensive teams as well as bulky offense, simply because stall is not seen that much. There are not too many good rapid spinners, unfortunately, in the tier. Well, they are decent, but due to the offensive threats in the UU metagame, they really do not do so well. We see Hitmontop, Blastoise, Sand Slash, and what else? What else do we see? Hitmontop, Blastoise, Sand Slash, and Claydol. So, they're not too bad, especially Blastoise and Hitmontop. But there are so many good ghost types in the underused metagame. They've just been popping one by one. We now have Sableye, Dusclops, Cofagorus, Mismagius, Frostlass, Chandelure. We got so many, and some of them are offensive. They are really huge threats to teams. So it just makes it all that much more harder to actually stall. Not to mention that seeing a lot of mixed sweepers nowadays are being problematic to stall. So without further ado, with that said, let's just get down to actually making a team. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and comment after. Peace. Okay folks, so I'll suggest that you guys also get out your PO2 or Showdown, any team builder, and build a team with me. So let us go right here and just remove this and start on the team, shall we? So for Hyper Offense, there was a really good Pokemon I wanted to try out at the time. It was kind of new, aka Mianshao. It's a pretty good offensive Pokemon. Has U-turn as well as regenerator, so that was really a selling point to me. And we'll just go Jolly nature, max outspeed and attack, obviously. Sorry, not Jolly, naughty, because as you guys will see, we will be using a special attack. Fake out, high jump kick. Fake out helps at times. When a faster threat is low on HP, you can just finish it off with a priority fake out, and it just helps. It breaks focus sashes, which is cool. High jump kick, really good stab as long as you do not miss. Do not miss is all I can tell you. Fake out, high jump kick, U-turn, getting that switch initiative, and our final move is hidden power. Which hidden power, you guys may ask? Hidden power ice, for good reason, because we have a pest in the underused tier known as Gligar, and we really do not like him. Not to mention that I could just finish off like weakened Zapdos and Tangrowths and stuff, so it's pretty useful. So that's Mianshao done. Obviously, change the ability. We do not want Inner Focus. We do not want Reckless. We want the good stuff, Regenerator, because it just sticks the middle finger to Life Orb and recoil damage. So it's pretty cool. Netting you 33% every time you switch back in. That's Mianshao done right here. Our next Pokemon was something that could set up rocks and I figure he's pretty boring, so let's just get rid of him out of the way actually, fast. So he's my only kind of defensive Pokemon in the team. Kind of weird, as if you see the remainder of the team, you'll really think this guy does not fit in place, but he has good synergy and just gets me rocks and absorbs hits that nothing else my team can take. So without further ado, here we do have a Bronzong. Levitate, obviously, and yeah. So we're gonna go with Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Gyro Ball, and this lock can be Toxic or Hidden Power Ice, but I'll go for Toxic because Gligar will not be a problem to this team. And one thing, if you guys didn't notice, Gligar's ability Immunity has been released, so do not try Toxicating a Gligar. Bronzong right here. Set up rocks, take those attacks, especially against Weavile. Weavile is very underrated in the metagame, and believe me, when your Scarf Heracross is gone or whatever, that can outspeed it, such as even maybe Scarf Victini are gone, and Weavile can just shred through teams, to be honest. So this guy really stops Weavile. And a bunch of other physical sweepers. Okay, so now we got Bronzong and Mianshao. Our next Pokemon. Well, now, I do have issues with other leads, especially, well, there's nothing called leads anymore, but, you know, when people lead off with a Swampert or Rhyperior, I do not want to lead off with Mianshao and just get forced to go for the high jump kick as they Stealth Rock, basically because they will have hazards and then they can switch to something that can tank my hits, and then, you know, they have the momentum from there. So I'd rather have a Pokemon who can stop them dead in their tracks. And whoa, I know, before you guys say anything, just check it out, okay? So Modest Leftovers, Earth Slash obviously is mandatory, and I think it's Roost. Why am I thinking Recover? Roost. And here's where it gets interesting. People need to abuse Serengrace. Trust me, that thing's there to be abused. We're gonna be firing all the 3 colors of the rainbow. Well, actually, it's more than 3 colors, but anyway, all the colors of the rainbow, and be praying for some hacks, okay? So we got Earth Slash, Roost, Tri-Attack. Now you folks are saying, how exactly does this deal with Swampert and Rhyperior? This. I get to OHKO them both. Obviously, after I give maximum investment. And it's a pretty nasty surprise. Well, actually, before Umafuga popularized Choice Specs Togekiss in underused tier, literally 99% of people would fall for my thing. Still, a lot of people do, but they're slightly wary, especially before they see the leftovers. Sorry, what am I doing? Just gonna give it a one, just speed creep, and yeah, okay, odd number because, you know, for Stealth Rock. Well, anyway, something that cannot be divided by 4. So right here we have Togekiss. Its main job is just to basically finish off Swampert, Rhyperior pretty early game. It helps me against grass types in general. You know, Shaman, even though Bronzong does resist Seed Flare, when the special defense drop happens, and if it happens to have Hidden Power Fire, you know, Bronzong can be in trouble. And I do not like Bronzong getting into a lot of HP loss mid game, early game, you know, because he has a lot of other threats to take care of. So Togekiss eases his burden somewhat. So grass types are on the menu, and I just get rid of bulky ground and water types, which is good. And also, he's also just a switch in for Pokemon such as Slowbro, because good natural special defense makes him, yeah, actually, because he's a male, makes him able to come in on stuff like Slowbro and Shaman and Roserade. So we have Togekiss right here. Our next Pokemon, I needed something that could potentially sweep mid-game even, you know, at times. And also, as you guys can tell, I need something to absorb fire type attacks. The strong ones, you know, we're talking about Victini's V-Crate, we're talking about Dormanitans, Flare Blitz, and whatnot. So there's obviously several options. We got Rhyperior, Swampert. Then we also have more offensive threats such as Kabutops, Omastar. Then we have this guy, Kingdra. Kingdra, who quadruple resists fire type attacks, always makes me happy because I do not like fire type attacks. And there's gonna be a special variant life form, not Specs. I mean, I guess you guys could go Specs, but Specs exactly is not gonna sweep because, you know, we all know Kingdra does not have the best of speed, and locking yourself into a water move is really not good in this metagame. So Hydro Pump, Rain Dance, to get the Swift Swim boost and Draco Meteor. And our final move could be, let us see, Dragon Pulse, Ice Beam, Hidden Power something, Surf. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to use, but I'm just gonna use Ice Beam because in the rain, all the real threats such as Raikou and fire types, they're basically all smashed by Hydro Pump. So I really do not want to go and use Dragon Pulse because it's not like I'm gonna be using Draco Meteor anyway, most likely. So yeah. So this is my Kingdra right here. Pretty, yeah, close to standard offensive set. And this tanks fire type attacks. For example, Choice Lock, Darmanitan is pretty common. Common in Fleur Blitz take about 20% or so. And yeah, I can set up if need be or just go for the Hydro Pump since really nothing in the metagame bar Milotic and not even Blastoise to be honest. Milotic and like special defensive grass types would like to take the Hydro Pump. So yeah, Kingdra is pretty notorious. Our next Pokemon, Revenge Killer, is very important and something that can hit hard and maybe can give switch initiative also. We're gonna go with Victini because it has good synergy with both Kingdra and Togekiss and Bronzong. So we're gonna obviously go for V-Crate. This is just a standard set by all means. By all means, it's just standard set. Fusion Bolts and Zen Headbutt. Most people like going Jolly, but I do not because Jolly. What other Pokemon use Jolly? There are Manitan, Opposing Victini, and Flygon. Flygon does not scare me. I have 2 flying resist. I mean ground type immunities, and I'm not scared of it to be honest. So, what am I doing? Choice Scarf and max speed, max attack, obviously. And the last 4 EVs obviously not going to go into HP. You can put them in special defense, so that when Paragon Z gets a boost, it's going to get an attacking boost and not a special attack. One thing. Make this 0 so you don't hurt yourself in confusion. So it doesn't do as much damage when you hurt yourself in confusion, more like, yeah. So, but not obviously for these Pokemon because they're physical attackers. So that's Victini done. Now, I am pretty weak to electric types. I could maybe go with a Flygon to finish off the thing. Well, actually, for some time I did use Flygon as in the last Pokemon slot. It did work well, but as much as I hate Zapdos and Raikou to bits, especially Zapdos, I have so little weaknesses to common Pokemon, bar them two. So my team really hits other teams really hard, stall whatever kind of team. If they do not have a Zapdos or Raikou, Raikou is not so much of a problem to be honest. It's just Zapdos. So I have to play mind games around it because my last Pokemon is Heracross, who does not really help against either of them. So we're gonna be using. Well, perhaps it could have helped if I was a Moxie Scarf variant, but no, I'm just a banded choice. Yeah, banded Adamant nature. What am I saying? Sorry. Sometimes my mind is like in another country. Close combat Mega Horn, Stone Edge. Helps. Stone Edge really helps. At times, you know, when you just want to when you cannot be bothered predicting, or even when you predict Chandelure switching. Go for the Stone Edge. Surprise him. Yep, surprise him. So that's the Heracross. And it's just good to have a fighting type backup, you know, for teams that have Porygon 2 / Snorlax, or maybe both. Because Mianshao is hella unreliable. It's pretty fragile. Most likely going to die pretty early game, if not mid game. And Heracross has 100% accuracy, close combat. What more are you going to ask for? So this is the team. Looks pretty. It looks nice. Only thing I really have to really caution you guys is about the Zapdos and Raikou. They're a big problem. Now let's move on and do a threat list analysis. Okay. Okay, folks. So here's the threat list right here. I just made it real quickly. I know I might be missing a few Pokemon, but hopefully I covered the majority just so you guys get a feel of how the team handles several threats. Now I'll put Zapdos and Raikou at the top for good reason. They're the biggest threats, and other Pokemon besides them are not too bad as long as I play right. But them two are huge threats. Raikou kind of less threatening than Zapdos because if Bronzong's in good health, I could just easily 2-hit KO it with an Earthquake. Off Stealth Rock damage, of course, and it needs a Calm Mind to be able to not even 2-hit KO me if it doesn't have Life Orb. But yeah, they usually run leftovers, the Calm Mind variant, so it will take 3 hits to kill me after a Calm Mind, which is not bad. And yeah, so that's not too bad. Raikou's not too bad. Scar variants are a little bit more problematic because they keep Volt switching every time I bring Bronzong, and the only way to really get them is if Victini is in good health or the Heracross, so they can just one-shot it with the V-Crate or Close Combat respectively. So yeah, that's Raikou. Specs variants are the most horrible because I think they one-shot or two-shot everything on my team. Specs Raikou can O-hit KO Mianshao, Togekiss. I believe it almost O-hit KOs Kingdra and Victini, and Bronzong cannot O-hit KO with Earthquake anyhow. And Heracross is destroyed by Extra Sensory or even Thunderbolt. So yeah, the Specs variant is a huge, bold, capital red letters threat. Zapdos. Now the offensive variants wear themselves down pretty quickly. Victini is faster, can just finish it off. Mianshao can fake out plus hidden power ice to do over 50% damage, and is weak to Stealth Rock, so it's not that bad. The problem is the defensive variants with Discharge, Substitute. You know, those variants, Bronzong cannot Toxic them even though it doesn't take much from the Discharge. Discharge will probably end up paralyzing Victini, rendering my Revenge Killer, aka late game sweeper, useless. Heracross cannot really beat. Heracross maybe can beat it, but then again, it has to lock itself into a move that has poor accuracy, aka Stone Miss, and is not the best move to lock yourself into in the first place. So, not to mention that when people use the bulky defensive Zapdos, it's usually with a stall team, so they'll have Gligar, Pokemon who would love to see Heracross locked into Stone Edge. So that's a problem also. But the more offensive variants are not too bad. Let's see, Suicune. What I would usually do is probably just go into Togekiss and just go for the Tri-Attacks, get status on it, and then just Air Slash off. Or Heracross easily 2-hit KOs. No matter what variant it is going to be getting 2-hit KO'd. And it can easily take a Scald. Because all the Suicunes run Scald, not Hydro Pump anymore, I will not be... I believe I will not be O-hit killed even by a +2 Scald, even after a close combat. So a +2 bulky Suicune, I do not think it can even 2-hit kill me. Or maybe it can, I do not know. If it gets min damage, I do not think it can. So that's Heracross to you. And, you know, when it's low health, Mianshao can come and just high jump kick it for 40% damage, if not more. So, Suicune's not a problem. Slowbro, the more offensive variants, I have to play around it a bit. You know, between Kingdra and Togekiss, I just usually switch around them. And if it's an offensive one, it's just going to get 2-hit killed by Togekiss easily. And Togekiss doesn't get 2-hit killed by Scald, if I remember correct. Obviously, it does by Slice Shock. In fact, it takes about, I think, 70% from Specs Slice Shock. So that's an issue. But Kingdra can easily demolish offensive variants with his Draco Meteor, and the more defensive variants cannot do much to my team, and Togekiss can just keep flinching it and 3-hit KO if not 2-hit KO with Tri-Attack or Grass Knot. So that's not an issue. Let's move in down. Arcanine, the fire types right here. Arcanine usually goes Adamant, Life Orb, Fleur Blitz, Extreme Speed, Crunch, Wild Charge, / Close Combat. So Arcanine obviously is a problem because it got such good coverage, but I usually just have to weaken it, rely on the recall damage from Fleur Blitz plus Life Orb plus entry hazards to really get a toll on it. So there's a lot of switching involved on versus Arcanine, but for some odd reason I do not see it used a lot. I really don't understand people. Well, now I'm sounding like a hypocrite because I'm not using one myself, but believe me, my last team I did. Darmanitan is not an issue because they're always choiced. I could just go into my Kingdra, absorb the Fleur Blitz. Victini can also take Fleur Blitz. And yeah, there's not too much going on there. And thank God is weak to Stealth Rock. So Victini is even easier to deal with. Between my own Victini and Kingdra, I believe opposing Victinis are not going anywhere. And thanks to Recreate, they're easily prone to being revenge killed. Heracross is more of a tough bug because the banded goons easily 2-hit KO Bronzong. In fact, Heracross 2-hit KOs everything with his stabs unless they quadruple resist it or they are immune to it. So Bronzong is going to get easily to a kill. It takes about 78% if not more from close combat from Adamant Choice Bandit. And the more common Moxie, Bronzong will have to not take any prior damage so that I can live 2 close combats / Mega Horns and finish off with the Gyro Ball. But usually Bronzong's weakened, and clever people will not bring in the Heracross until my team is slightly weakened. That is if they're using a Moxie variant. So that is that. Choice Scarf is the same as Moxie. So Mianxiao. Mianxiao is so fragile, thank God, because it is such a pain. But virtually anything my team just O-hit kills it. Heracross will O-hit KO. Victini will O-hit KO. Kingdra will. Togekiss will. Bronzong will almost. So, and obviously my Mianxiao does. So, Mianxiao is not a problem. Although I have to watch out for the high jump kicks, obviously. Let us go down. Scrafty. Scrafty has been so overrated, it's not even funny. At +2, Heracross still comes in close combat. Boom, destroyed. Simple as. Bulk up variants, I 2-hit KO'd them with Earth Slash from my Togekiss. And that just goes to show how bulky Scrafty is. So, bulk up variants are going nowhere. Mianxiao and Heracross can just finish it off with close combat or high jump kick. So, Scrafty is nowhere near a threat. In fact, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least threatening, is probably like 2. Cobalion, it's not seen a lot for good reason. I mean, it is a decent Pokemon, but then again, it does not have the best of attacks. Its defense is good, but it cannot really take special attacks that well. The common special attacks. I just use Victini to recreate a close combat from Heracross, Mianxiao, high jump kick. I mean, heck, even Togekiss can just take a close combat and do massive damage with Earth Slash. So it's really not going anywhere. Oh yeah, not to mention Kingdra. I keep missing out Kingdra on a lot of Pokemon. Kingdra with Hydro Pump, Cobalion just will not like to take that. I think it could live, but barely, like by 10% or so, if not a little bit more. So next, Chandelure. Chandelure is the boy where I have to play games with. Togekiss and Kingdra are my answer for it. I usually have to play mind games, thinking I would just usually switch out to the Pokemon who I need less. So obviously, if the Chandelure is in on my Victini and it just basically took a Zen Headbutt but still can live another one, I obviously have to switch. So I'm probably most likely just going to go into my Togekiss because I know he's going to Shadow Ball due to the pressure of me being just staying in and finishing him off with 2 more Zen Headbutts. So Chandelure is not a problem. Choice variants are even easier to deal with. The substitutes are more annoying with the plane split, especially. Oh my god. Roserade. Well, why do I have Roserade twice? There and there. Okay, whatever. Roserade is Smogon only because on PO server it is classified as BL, I believe, so it cannot be used in underused tier. So I do not lather much in Smogon, but Roserade is nowhere near a problem. Togekiss can take his attacks pretty nicely. Bronzong says hello day and night, saying hello, holla at me. And we also got Victini right here being able to outspeed and easily O-hit KO, with ease. Get like 4 times O-hit KO. Overkill. And Gothulid. I know I did not spell this thing right. You guys can laugh and whatnot, but this Pokemon is pretty new. It came out a few days ago, I believe, with the Shadow Tag ability. So I haven't been seeing many of those. And I seen one. It tried locking my Heracross with its Shadow Tag, and it was at 51%. I was locked in its close combat. Oh-hit KO, easy, straight up. Oh-hit KO, banded Heracross, represent. So Gothulid, it's no problem. Obviously, if it does trap, for example, Bronzong, I might be in trouble if it has taunt. If not, I can just toxicate it. So it is a small issue, but if I see in team preview, I obviously will play so that it doesn't mess me up. Opposing Kingdras, oh my lord, these guys are just problems after problem. Um, Let us see, where do we start from? Specs variant. It is most likely going to take a Pokemon down. But, once it comes in, reveals its set, from there, it's pretty damn easy to deal with. I just need to know what set it is running, because it's always going to get surprise attack on one of my Pokemon. But usually this team exerts so much pressure that they never have time to try to get their Kingdra on the offensive. It's usually, for example, I have Victini on the grass type. They are forced to bring their Kingdra, and I just U-turn out of there. So, my momentum is just keep going. And I'm not going to let that Kingdra do anything to this team. I'll go straight into Mianshao, finish it off with High Jump King. That's how it goes. So yeah, when you use this team, try to, well, obviously, if it's not too risky, try to always keep momentum, keep not switching, but keep going with a U-turn chain, Victini and Mianshao. And the beauty about Togekiss is not many Pokemon can really switch in, and even the ones that can will usually get crippled by Tri-Attack. So, take advantage of that Serene Grace. I keep telling you, kids. Not just joking, not kids. But opposing Togekiss, Specs Togekiss. What I usually do to any Togekiss is use my Bronzong Intoxicate. After it's toxicated, it's not too much of a problem. Thank God the Specs Togekiss is not that common, so Bronzong easily deals with it. Specs variants, because I do verse him sometime. Thank you, Amafuga. My God, that guy popularized it. I have to really do a lot of switching, to be honest. If I can get off a toxic early game on it, and then just keep switching between Bronzong and Togekiss, that's pretty good. It just works like that. But by no means is it anywhere near a huge threat. Virizion, PO only, because it is OU on Smogon, I believe. But it might be coming down pretty soon. Victini, Togekiss, Bronzong, and obviously even Heracross. It's not going to be doing anything to my team unless it comes late game. But late game, I always have my Victini, meaning that I'm going to outspeed and just finish it off with Zen Headbutt. Adamant Nature, Victini will OHK Virizion with Zen Headbutt, so do not be afraid to use it if you're in late game scenario, because no need to lower your speed with V-Crate. Weavile. Weavile is a problem to most team, or should I say any team late game, if played right. And I'm talking about Swords Dance Weavile, obviously. The thing is, Bronzong, if I see Weavile, I will try to keep Bronzong and Victini. If not both, at least one, so then, Victini can just outpace, because who the hell uses Choice Scarf Weavile? And if they do, it's nowhere near a threat. I'm talking about Life Orb or Bandit. So Victini will be able to outspeed and just finish it off with a V-Crate, and Bronzong does the same thing with a Gyro Ball. So that is the wait, did I do one thing? Did I make it? Oh, okay. Guys, yeah, make this 0. I don't know if I did earlier, but Relax Nature, Gyro Ball, boost your power. How could I forget? So yeah, the Victini or the Bronzong deal with the Weavile. Omastar. This thing has been extinct, man. What happened to that nigga, Omastar? Well, it's kind of ironic because he's a fossil, get it? So Omastar is not a problem because I do not see him, and if I do, I will just basically exert pressure between my Mianshao, Heracross, Kingdra. It's not going nowhere, to be honest, don't worry. And even after Shell Smash, Kingdra can take an attack and OHKO with Hydro Pump or Draco Meteor. Now we have Bisharp right here. Bisharp's more of a tricky snake, and I cannot really just talk to show you how to handle him. It's basically you have to kind of play smart, not let him get Swords Dance, and if he does, try to outstall the Sucker Punches, if you get what I mean, because after that he's pretty much dead weight. But yeah, in the first place, do not let him get Swords Dance, and if he does have a Swords Dance, do not let him be behind a sub. As simple as. Well, you shouldn't be. With this kind of team, I don't think Bisharp gets that many chances. I think I've been going on too long now. Defensive threats. Milotic, I just go Heracross, get the Guts boost. If he wants to burn me, hello, he's going to get OHK killed easily. Swampert, Togekiss. Rhyperior, Togekiss. Bronzong, Victini, plus Heracross. Yeah, plus, if I'm lazy, I'll just status it with my Togekiss, to be honest. It's not too much of a problem. Gligar is not a problem because I do have the Kingdra, and I do have my Togekiss who does huge ass damage with Tri-Attack. Not to mention I can get status. Manshell does have Hidden Power Ice, which is solid 2 KO, which is not a problem. Dusclops, is annoying, but obviously not a threat. But it is annoying since it can spread status and just keep resting off. But what I do, I let it status my Heracross and go for the Night Slash. Does good damage, forcing out switch, and then later when it tries coming back in with its low HP, I can just finish it off with Victini or Kingdra. So yeah, it's not too much of a problem. Umbreon, hello, I got two fighting types. Not going to be doing too much problems. Obviously, it might pass a wish here or there. I'll get the heal bell, but apart from that, excuse me. Tangrowth, check Togekiss, check Heracross, simple as. So it's not going to be doing anything. And same with Snorlax. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This was just a small threat list, maybe big, taking a lot of your time. One thing I want to say before you guys leave, me, Delco, the Smogon moderator, aka co-leader of the RMT section, and Taylor, Smogon moderator, Amafuga, and Art Chisel of YouTube, a lot of people must know him, have created the of YouTube Frontier. So you guys should go check out my channel. Sign up to the video if you guys want to challenge us, try to win all of us and become champ or whatever. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Nominate your next team you want to see me build. Preferably Rain OU. That would really be cool since I got a really good team on that. I'm gonna stop now. Peace.